Y'all, so when you go to the beach, what do you go to the beach and you can't leave without? Sunscreen. Well, here in Alabama in the summertime, the one thing that you should never come outside without: mosquito spray. Look at this. It doesn't take long. As soon as you step out the door, they start attacking you. I did just want to show maybe my last update with the garden. We've had some successes, but we've also had some failures. So I just want to show you guys what we have going out here currently and tell you my learning experience and maybe tips that'll help you as a beginner gardener. Some things to maybe consider before planting. Okay, so for my successes, it would absolutely have to be the cucumbers and the bell peppers. Let's look at the bell peppers first because they're still putting off pretty good. Look at here. I don't need them to be massive, so I think I'm gonna pull off a couple of the peppers. Maybe put some in some egg whites, maybe an omelet or something. Bell peppers doing amazing. The cucumbers. Let's see, I have one right here that's growing right here, still doing good. I am gonna pull that one off. Let's see, because I don't want it to start turning yellow, because once they start turning yellow, they don't taste as good. Here's one right here, and let's see, there's one right here. So I'll pick those. Now, the things that did not do what they should have done. The squash. We didn't fare so good with them. Like that, the very first time I picked out here, I was so excited. And then we just got like a constant deluge of rain. And the way this property is set up, that water just runs straight down through here, just from up the top of the hill down through here. And this soil is very rich, and it just holds that water, especially when we have the constant rain like we did. So let me go down here and show you. Oh, this is crazy. Look at that. This is a squash. Well, it was a squash plant. Look at that. Yeah, I got to get this up. Yep. And this was the other squash plant. So yeah, pretty much everything that was down in this area, they struggled bad. Look at this, because even my strawberry plant that's right here, it's suffering. Now let me show you the strawberry plant that's not down there in that water. Look at this one. I need to actually get some of this stuff up. Look at this. Oh, those berries are big, much bigger than the other ones. I need to get that up. Look at that. And then look at this. I need to put a hole right here so I can put it in the dirt, this crown, because you put it in the dirt, it'll start another basically like another strawberry plant. I learned this from a YouTube channel. Once I get the name, I'll put them in the description. But you just take that crown of that strawberry and you put it in the dirt, and it'll run off another strawberry plant. Now, the zucchini. Out of the squash family, the zucchini did better. It suffered the fate of wind. Crazy. It wasn't the water that did the damage to it, was the wind. The wind basically just snapped the zucchini plants, and I think they said like when you break them, it's like they're bleeding, I guess, and that just sapped the energy out of them. it almost looks like they've been trampled. So this is a zucchini plant. Very limp. So yeah, there's another one. And here's one. The zucchini is still trying to put off. Ouch, that hurt. Right there. So it's trying, but it's struggling. Now we do have these other squash plants. These were like the baby squash plants. I don't think they're gonna do much. I got something on here, but this is almost not, this one is almost not even worth it. Now for my cabbages and collards, very happy and pleased. The cabbage have already been picked and cooked and eaten. So let me just show you this. As you can see, there's no more cabbage. So yeah, those got picked, cooked, and we ate them. A little hot sauce on mine, I love that. Like I said, the collard plants, they have been picked once before and cooked, and they ate those. They're still putting off, as you can see. Looks like they're getting some nibblers, and I guess if she might want to get these before she just be out here feeding the worm, because look at that, they've eaten that one pretty darn good. It's crazy. Now this dill plant that I got, I think it's seeding. I think it has gotten too hot for it. See, this is the dill plant. Yeah, it started to grow, and then that heat just sapped it. Okay, now what we do currently have going on is these okra plants. They're little, but they're growing. So let me just show you a little bit. Look at that right there. So they're trying to do something. I think this is the one. I did something to this one. Is this one? Yeah. I think I probably knocked that one over. I don't know. I got a million alarm clocks. I don't know why. This time of the day. But yeah, I think I did something to that one. That might have been the one that I hit with the hoe that day. But look at here. So they're trying to do something here and there. What I would really like to do though, because we have like a bunch of okra seeds for when we actually intended on planting on the other side. If my husband is up to it, we have some time, we'll probably try to plant some okra seeds. Not 100% sure, but we'll see. Because what I actually want to do is, push the fence out more, because on this backside we know that it's not good for planting. It's just the water runs and it sits in holes and the spots down there, so it's just not good. So what I want to do is to shift the fence up towards the hillway so we can push it out, and maybe be able to plant some okra, but we'll see. Okay, so I have a couple plants that I'm just about to go ahead and get them up. They've done their job, and it's time for something different because they gone. Now this was a pepper plant, and it fought the good race along. This one was gone at the beginning, I think. This one, ouch. This one was gone before the squash. So yeah, this is just weeds right here though. Pull those up out the way. But yeah, this is a pepper plant. Look at those little bitty babies. So those are done. Let me fill this hole in a little bit. So there's nothing else for me to plant here. Oh, my squash plant. Say one for the homie. Yeah. Jeez. See. Yeah. Once I pick this up, I'll show you. Trying to get the roots up. But see how that basically just turned into mush. That's so much water down here. That's all that is. It's mush. They still got a little, still prickly. There's some weeds down in here too. But, yeah. But, yeah. Squash plant. Looks like it probably got crowded out by some of these weeds too. Interesting. Look at that. Let me shake off my dirt so I can fill the hole back in. So that's a I guess I can add that to my learning tip about this fabric. It did decent. But they have some other stuff where the grass wouldn't even grow through it. So we may try that next time. But it looks like with this squash, not only the water, but it did get kind of crowded out by the weeds too. Yeah. I want to show y'all this. Can anybody... Oh, that's in the way. Get that dirt off it. Does anybody know what that is? Hopefully that's focusing. You back it up. But yeah, it looks like some type of worm. It's dried out and dead now. But maybe that was a culprit in the squash. I don't know. I think it was mainly water, but it could have been a variety of factors. Okay. I think I see another issue. But it's, again, it's rain and water related. Let me show you. So basically the water moved the dirt. So these were not very shallow, I mean not very deep. And that's just crazy. Look how I'm just picking it up. So yeah, that water just, it washed the dirt from really around them. Even though you can see the roots. I can see them, they were running that way. But that water just, it ran the dirt off of them. Now I see something else. These little white bugs. I have no idea what they are. I am gonna search it and show it on the screen once I do some research after this. Let me know if you think it's something different. Whoa. Maybe are these spiders? What the heck? I'm not sure. That's crazy. Maybe that's an issue. Maybe we need to treat all of this. I'm not sure. Oh, I see. I see now, y'all. Look, this is probably my main issue. Look at this. This is crazy. Yeah, I think that's the issue. Now I think I got a bigger garden issue. Hopefully they don't tear up my stuff. Hold on a second. I got some action going on these pepper plants, and I hope this is not bad. Well, they just flew off, so maybe it's not bad. I don't know. Maybe they're just doing their little thing. That's crazy. I need to do something with this garden before the rest of the stuff that's been successful is attacked. We gotta figure this out. Okay, so what I did want to talk about is my learning experiences as a beginner garden out here. The first thing is location. Location is key. We scouted a location before we actually did our garden, but it ended up not being tilled in the right spot. But the main thing was the concern for the deer that come through there all the time, and it would have been more trouble than it was worth with the deer out there. Because if you see the previous videos, you see deer like every night they sit off the cameras, and they would have had a field day. So scout your location and have a backup. We had a backup, which was down here where the garden is currently planted. However, because of the way the water runs, it just runs straight down through that area. The issue more was it just ended up sitting there, and certain times, especially when that rain was constant. Like I said, we had like a 2-week period where it rained it rained maybe 10 to 12 days out of 14. So it was just crazy. And the squash basically just drowned. All right, number 2. The second thing I learned, and a tip maybe for beginners, is to pay attention to the weather. Yeah, we know it's gonna rain, but those winds can do just as much damage as that water can. And like I said, the squash suffered the fate of the water, but the zucchini suffered the fate of wind, because they were growing and thriving. And you saw the big monster zucchini that I pulled off, and then one day I just came back out here and the plants were laying over. It looks like the deer came through and just tap danced on the zucchini plant, and that basically was the wind. It snapped them, and now the stems are very limp. I have one zucchini that's still trying to form, to be pickable. Hopefully it does what needs to be done, and I'll chop that bad boy up and cook it if it does right. So definitely pay attention to the weather and not just the rain. Okay, my third tip, it would be to experiment. Look at what other people are doing. Know the area that you are located in, because different areas you can plant different things during different seasons. So experiment with those different things. Try something different. I wish that we did corn. I mean, I don't think it's too late. I don't know, but try something different. Like I look at other YouTube videos to see what they're planting, and also, this is what, Central Alabama. It's June. I think I can get okra, the cabbage, and collards. We'll try to plant again, maybe late August or maybe July. It depends on if we do plants or seeds. That makes a difference, because it'll still be dog hot in Alabama in early September. So it's gonna be really hot in August. So we'll see. But like I said, experiment and know what you can plant in your area. Very important, and that'll help you yield better results. Okay, so my last tip, most important tip that I can give a beginner gardener: enjoy the process. Simple. Enjoy it. It's so easy to get frustrated doing a garden, because you want everything to be perfect, and I promise you it's not, because things as simple as like pests, your soil not being quite right, being too acidic, the deer that come through here, or it's raining, or it's a long hot streak, you're gonna have challenges. So it's best to enjoy the process and learn from it. That way you get something here and there, so when you do plant again, you already have this this list of things that you should and should not do. Enjoy it. Pick your vegetables, your fruit, cook them, eat them, share them, enjoy it. Just enjoy the process. That's probably the most important thing. Don't get bogged down in things not being as as successful, not being as successful as you would want it to be, and enjoy the harvest. Now, this may end up being the last full blown type of garden update, just because right now, what do we have? Cucumbers and bell pepper. That's basically what the garden is right now. I'm interested to see what the watermelon do. There's been some blooms coming on the vines, so hopefully that does something, and then we can thin that out so we can focus on actually producing the fruit. What else? Like I said, I got one strawberry plant that looks pretty healthy. Hopefully that does something. Hopefully I have something to show y'all. But and then maybe, like I said, we're in June in Alabama, so there's still some things that could be planted. We'll see if that's just something we want to do. If we do, it will probably be to do the squash, not the squash, but the okra seeds, because this is the right time of the year for that. So we'll see. So you may be wondering why I'm out here with my side piece. The last video that I was out here doing some cleaning, I had it with me, but I did not have it on me. And we've been having this dog. He sets the camera off every other day, where he comes to it. It's nighttime, daytime. I don't know if he's a stray. He looks pretty pretty well fed on the cameras. Don't know if he's stray or if he's friendly or unfriendly. So just to have some protection that I can get to quickly without having to run to the side by side because I'm doing some cleaning. So that's why we out here packing a little bit today. Keep that head on a swivel. So this was a very short, excuse me, short video for today. Just wanted to give you my learning experiences and tips as a beginner. So I plan on to continue trying to gather knowledge from these other YouTubers, because I see some amazing things going out there. So I'm gonna watch it to get some tips on some of this garden stuff, because I'm still a novice, still learning. I expect that. But I did just want to give y'all an update on the garden, and we'll probably be trying to do something a little different going forward. Stay tuned. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Outdoors with the McCalls.